Now, although this was already hollowed, there was a wood panel all the way up there, so it was just a hole at the top, and they've eaten through one side of it. And how long has this been in? Today's Tuesday, and it went in. Sorry, today's Wednesday. It went in on Monday. So they've done all this, not the hole in the middle, but they've done all the bark stripping in about 2 days. Now there's something a bit funny going on between these three here. Franklin, the Spangle, over there, seems to be... And then there's a little beam over here. And this is Jamie. Jamie's new. And the three of them have been involved in some very, very strange behaviour. The little beam here is just sort of a sex addict, basically. And it's very confusing because these two like each other and they sort of feed each other. And that annoys Franklin, you see. He's also interested somehow. I think the thing is that Franklin and Little Boom arrive together. Little Boom's interest in Jamie annoys Franklin. And they tend to sort of... It's almost jealousy, I think. They tend to sort of gang up on him, really. So Little Boom, but of course Little Boom earlier on was after Joshua. Whoops, there he is. But Joshua wasn't interested. Whereas Jamie's been quite receptive. But that has annoyed Franklin. And Franklin's just, you know... I mean, you see that in the same respect is sort of ritualised mating behaviour, where they feed each other, basically. But they all want a piece of him. Oops, and Jens has had enough. That was Jens and the Budgie saying, "Enough of this immoral behaviour." And this little one here, this is Peggy the Pied. Peggy is multicoloured because she's pied, and she is definitely female. And oh, Franklin's plucking, which is very nice. We don't like plucking. There's a fine line between plucking and the mating ritual. Plucking is when they don't like a bird, they go up to it and they try and pull out its feathers. And the mating ritual is when they start by sort of lightly pulling on the feathers just to get the attention of the other bird, and then it's basically, they look like they're kissing, but what they're really doing is actually transferring food from each other's crop, one crop into the other. It's all getting a little bit too much for poor Joshua up here, who I don't think is really wants to have anything to do with breeding. And Jens, the Budgie, as well is not impressed by the immoral behaviour. Jamie is very much sought after. Little Boom is some sort of sex addict. Here she goes again. Franklin is terribly jealous. And Peggy, wherever Peggy's gone, Peggy the Pied is in danger of getting plucked. You will love me, you will love me, you will love me. Jen's just looked into the hole then, which was quite funny. I do wish Peggy would go on the wire. Peggy also looks like she's settling in quite well. That is Franklin and Peggy there, and they are feeding each other, and Franklin is also touching her pin feathers at the top there, giving them a good itch. Don't they look happy together? I introduced 2 Budgies into this aviary, and in less than 3 hours we have love triangles all over the place. Franklin, watch your eye. Watch the eye! There you are, there is reciprocation there. She loves him too. He's showing her where his itchy pin feathers are. I do just wish that he would be a bit more careful about where he's preening, because there are 2 little eyes on poor Peggy's face, and he comes very close to sticking his beak right through them. my due. She's not moving out the way, so, you know, there's an element of trust there, I suppose, considering she's just met him, as in, like, an hour or two ago. Stop it! My God, we'll have eggs at this rate. And this is the other pair. Jamie up there, and little Boom here, who also wouldn't mind a bit of Josh, but Joshua does not like him, her, I mean. I think that's bobbing and weaving. I think, yes, it is bobbing and weaving and itching as well. And then, whoops. Not quite akin to this yet, are we? I'm just waiting for him to actually lose his balance and fall off. And there's Joshua somewhere. There he is. And Jens is not in. Jens is in the isolation cage at the moment. Again. And Jojo's, what's Jojo doing? Oh, Jojo is investigating the porch. I better go and make sure that he gets back in his flight. Really? You see, this is where Franklin is getting ahead of himself, because Peggy is balanced nicely on the wire, and Franklin is making his move. And very shortly, Franklin will probably fall off the perch. She doesn't want you fleas. Look at him itching his pin feathers on her chest. You can't get enough of her piedness. I don't know, piedness? What do you... She's not had as much experience as you balancing on the wire, and him nibbling her leg doesn't have... Oh! Yep, and he pushed her off. And... poor Peggy. That wasn't very nice of you, Franklin. That wasn't very nice of you. But don't worry. He'll make it up to her. You still mad at me? Still mad at me? Yes, I am. Oh, bless him. Yes, I think she needs a personal space from you. That's Jamie. His other half, little Boo, is inside.